Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be doing a million segments on this in August and September and October. Trump Republicans are favored, according to Real Clear Politics, in the generic ballot to take both the House and the Senate. If you look at the Cook Political Report, you can look at Predict It, you can look at a whole bunch of polling sites and evaluations of both the House and the Senate. 538 says Democrats will keep the Senate, but most other publications, most other experts say that the House definitely and the Senate favoring Republicans. Now, here is what you need to understand. And I said that Clinton would lose to Trump in 2016. I said we would have a stock market crash, recession, and economic decline in 2021. Don't be fooled by the momentary upswing in the market. It's all nonsense. The market was below 30,000, about 29.9 something. It hit below 30,000 a couple weeks back, okay? It'll drop to below 30,000 almost certainly before this year is up and go way below that. That's the Dow. The Nasdaq's been clobbered, and I said that that would happen. Now, I'm not right about everything, okay, obviously, but I'm pretty good at my analysis when it comes to the big picture and the aggregate of what's taking place. The economy is going to get worse, much worse. Oil prices, WTI per barrel is almost at $100. Brent crude is at 110. So WTI crude will reach 110, past 110, okay? That is a big part of inflation. Inflation is not going to get below 9.1%, or at least if it gets below 9.1%, it'll be like 9 or 8.9%. It's probably going to get to close to 10%. I think that's a conservative estimate. Below in the description, in the comments section, do you think that's a conservative estimate? Do you think that inflation is over 9.1%? Okay, it is over 9.1%. If you ask Peter Schiff, it's like at 15, 16, 17%. So they're not counting a lot of expenditure, and they're not counting the full picture of inflation when they say it's just 9.1%. If inflation was calculated the way it was in the early 1980s, according to Peter Schiff, it would be 17%. But if you have West Texas Intermediate WTI crude, which is the benchmark for oil produced within the United States, compared to Brent crude, the benchmark for global oil produced around the world, you look at that spread of $10 and we're selling a lot of oil around the world. Mashed Potato Brains is taking Strategic Petroleum Reserve that he's flooding the country with, which is the antithesis of the climate emergency that he claims to be taking place, or the antithesis of what he wants in terms of combating you know what. But that is going to lead to a prolonged recession. We have a recession now. So my point is, you have all of this January committee congressional obsession, okay? It's just hearsay and gossip. Is there a chance that Trump gets indicted? I don't think that he gets indicted on any crime, but there's a chance that they indict him simply because they can't stop him. Because they have a man who is basically one fry short of a Happy Meal, one beer short of a six-pack, and then they have nobody waiting in the wings or on deck. That's why I think that Hillary Clinton, eventually, I know I've been saying that for years and it hasn't happened, but I mean, it has to happen. We have to have a Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump 2024. I will be vindicated eventually. But the point is, the only way to stop Trump from retaking the Oval Office in 24 is to indict him. It's the only way. And there are other ways too, I guess. Getting a great candidate is probably one, but they don't have one. So hit subscribe to this channel. Hit subscribe to the Stock Market Crash and the Nuclear Confrontation channel. I will be doing 4 segments a day and hopefully a live stream also on this channel. 4 segments a day on the stock market crash channel, and 4 segments a day on the nuclear confrontation channel. I have 3 channels, ladies and gentlemen. The nuclear confrontation used to be the Bitcoin crash. It's crashing. It'll get down. It has crashed. I called that in September. I called all of this in September of 2021. I said in September of 2021 on this channel and on the playlist that our economy would tank. And we haven't even seen the beginning of all of it. We're still in the first inning. We're going to see layoffs, a prolonged recession of third quarter negative growth. Inflation's going to continue to be sky high. Oil prices and gas prices are going to continue to go up. And this momentary drop, like the momentary drop in oil prices, see, this is the thing. The reason I'm focusing on all of this is because the economy is going to get worse, not better. Going into November, it's going to get worse, much worse. We'll very likely almost certainly have 3 quarters of negative growth. It's not going to help the 4 or 5 toss-up Senate contests, okay? The House, no doubt, is going to go Republican. Trump Republican, not Paul Ryan, Mitt Romney, Steele dossier Republican. But the Republicans are just as guilty of setting up and framing Trump as the Democrats. But not the Trump Republicans, obviously. You're going to have Trump Republicans with payback, like Jim Brown, the big payback. Or no, James Brown. I love Jim Brown. I love James Brown. James Brown, the big payback. That's what Trump Republicans are going to engage in. See, Democrats have investigated Trump endlessly. They can't find anything. You'll find a lot if you have a normal, decent investigation with Hunter. They're already finding things. I mean, his emails, 150 suspicious financial transactions, voicemails, pictures of him naked. I mean, we can go on forever. Brandishing firearms, weighing illegal narcotics. The Republicans are going to obsess. Trump Republicans are going to obsess over Hunter. They're going to obsess over Joe lying about knowing about Hunter's business deals. They're going to impeach Joe probably more than once. But I will be doing these segments like throughout August, throughout September, throughout October. It's not about polls anymore. It's about the economy. Okay? It's not about polls. It's not about, like, the public relations. They have all of media going after Herschel Walker, going after Kerry Lake, going after governor, gubernatorial candidate in Arizona, Herschel Walker running for senator in Georgia. They're going after Mehmet Oz. They're going after, anyone who's a Republican. Democrats cannot exist without all of media. Jimmy Kimmel, all of late night, every social media algorithm. They can't exist without everything propping them up. But the economy is too powerful or too important to Americans. You can have every single advantage, Democrats, but when the economy continues to tank and real wages continue to drop and inflation continues to skyrocket and oil prices continue to go up, which is a huge part of inflation in addition to the 1 out of every $5 created by the Fed, we're going to have 3 quarters of negative growth, not 2 quarters. And you want to know why, ladies and gentlemen, in the last 1 minute of this, explaining why Republicans will take the House and Senate. In addition to the economy tanking, and I'm going to be doing these segments a lot, the same segment, like all the time. So share this everywhere because it's very important. In addition to the economy tanking, you have a situation where there are things beyond the Democratic Party's control, which is the fact that they opened up a Pandora's box of economic madness, of just the most atrocious economic policies. You have real wages declining, and they're going to continue to decline because inflation is going to continue to go up, because oil prices are going to continue to go up. And you have 1 out of every $5 created by the Fed. You have a huge, huge economic problem, and we're not even getting to the potential, God forbid, Lehman Brothers moment or AIG moment that we'll see eventually, unfortunately. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now to this